And agree. 1 mile, second finish. And they're off. Aristocato agree on the outside, showing early speed, along with Stimulus Maker moving up into third position. It's over the favorite back and forth, 5 off the early pace, and then it is back to Ichigo and Garatov bet the over the two-path. Cairo boogied out of the inside, second last position, and Notion to tap it, trailing the field. Notion to tap it last, has 18 to make up now. Aristocat sets the tempo down the backstretch run. Aristocat from Oro Gree just second. It's over on the outside, up close in third. Stimulus Maker right there in that second flight in fourth. There's a couple from the pace as well. Then bet the over and Garatov. Bet the over Garatov side by side. Heading now for the far turn run. Back to Cairo Boogie and Ichigo. And trailing the field still Notion to tap. It's got 15 to make up now. Far turn run and Aristocat just in front from It's Over the favorite on the outside with Stimulus Maker following the leaders in third position. And then back and forth is Oro Agree followed by Bet the Over. Cairo Boogie on the inside. Now Notion to tap it. Had advanced a bit for the back of the pack, but still double digits from the front. Top of the stretch, long way into the second wire, quarter mile from home. It's Over, striking the lead. It's Over, and Aristocat down to the inside, back second, and back in third position. Rather on the lead now is Stimulus Maker. So Stimulus Maker strikes the lead. Stimulus Maker from the inside, Aristocat. It's Over back in third with a furlong left to go. Here's Stimulus Maker in front. Stimulus Maker is 16th to go. Stimulus Maker going to get it done from Aristocat. Up the inside comes Bet the Over for third to the second wire run. It's going to be Stimulus Maker. Read the spec. And they're off. Read the spec. Here's Johnny French Fry. Frettiness right there between horses with early speed too. And next is Smart and Fast, Small but Feisty. Another 5 lengths back and Great Days Ahead trailing the field. They race down the backstretch and Johnny French Fries now the speed. Leads a length and a half from Frettiness, second by 2. Read the spec has dropped back a bit now. Read the spec is now back in 5th position and passed by Small but Feisty and Smart and Fast on the inside. Another 3 lengths back and Great Days Ahead trailing the field. Heading on for the far turn run, a 2-length lead for Johnny French Fry. Johnny French Fry from Frettiness and Read the spec on the outside, coming back for a little more from third. And Small but Feisty and Smart and Fast shuffle to second to last position and Great Days Ahead trailing the field. Johnny French Fry, Frettiness 1-2 with 3 furlongs left to go. Read the spec has to hustle up there from third position, has 6 or 7 to make up now. Another 4 lengths back and Great Days Ahead is now past Small but Feisty and Smart and Fast. They're at the top of the stretch. Johnny French Fry leads the way. Johnny French Fry by 2.5 lengths from Frettiness in second and Read the spec out of the inside, charging hard too. 1 furlong left to go. Johnny French Fry is trying to hold sway. Johnny French Fry in front almost 2.5 lengths. Shifting about his Frettiness, and then on the inside Read the spec, Johnny French Fry and Jaron Barbosa. Johnny French Fry in front and holding Johnny French Fry 2.5. Friendliness was second, Read the Spec was third, and Great Days Ahead.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
As Viking Queen is 5-2. And they're off. Thea's Theme to the top. Appalachian Heights, the outside. She Knows the Drill will settle. And Lightfoot Misses there in between horses, along with the gray Map 'em Up, who's up close. And Viking Queen racing up on the inside as the front runner sort. Another three back. It's Beat You by a Chubby Nose, and Gold Time Vixen is at the back. Turning down the back stretch now, and Thea's Theme is just in front. Thea's Theme from Lightfoot Miss. Viking Queen right there on the inside. Appalachian Heights back in fourth position now, has dropped back a little bit, about 3 off that pace, and She Knows the Drill racing on the outside of that one as they head over the far turn run. Beat You by a Chubby Nose has 6 lengths to make up at this point. Heading into the turn, second last position is Gold Time Vixen, and the back is Map 'em Up. Heading into the far turn, looks like something amiss there with Appalachian Heights, who's being eased up out of the race. Appalachian Heights around that far turns drop to last, being eased up. So 3.5 furlongs left to go. Thea's Theme, She Knows the Drill on the outside. And here comes Gold Time Vixen with a solid bid. Up 3 deep from third, and Viking Queen down inside. They're racing in fourth. Beat You by a Chubby Nose, trying to swing into action there from fifth to the outside. Top of the stretch, 1/4 mile to go to the second wire finish. She Knows the Drill. At Gold Time Vixen on the outside. And up the inside is Viking Queen, pushing along into third under a drive. Furlong and a half left to go. She Knows the Drill. Viking Queen. She Knows the Drill just in front from Viking Queen out of the inside. Viking Queen coming on through with Bryson Butterfly and pulling away now. Opening up 3 with a 16th left. She Knows the Drill trying to hang on to second at a big price. And Beat You by a Chubby Nose on the outside. Viking Queen. And then Beat You by a Chubby Nose. And She Knows the Drill finished third. Fourth there was a Gold Time Vixen. Boondoggle. And they're off. Our Hoisted Mass asks for early speed and gives it. Boondoggle on the outside settles in the second spot from between horses there, and Tom Terrific moving forward. Here's Tom Terrific now to test the early pace. Our Hoisted Mass, and here comes Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific now just in front from Our Hoisted Mass on the inside. They share the lead from Boondoggle, and Confusion Baby Boy down to the rail racing in fourth. Should have had it. The Gray is next in fifth position. Excalibur racing on the outside. Favorite Smile Brian is about 7 from the front, second to last position, and jetting out, trailing the field, heading for the far turn. 4 furlongs left to go. Our Hoisted Mast up front with Tom Terrific there on the outside, and Boondoggle lurking in third position. 2 more lengths. Should have had it fourth, at Excalibur racing in fifth. Confusion Baby Boy. Smile Brian ridden along for a little more. Not much yet from Smile Brian back there, and jetting out, trailing the field. Midpoint on the turn. Tom Terrific doing battle with Our Hoisted Mast of the pace. Boondoggle cruising up to them while 3 wide, and should have had it with 5 lengths to make up. Excalibur is next. Smile Brian on the far outside. They're into the stretch. For a long and a half left to go. Here's Tom Terrific just holding, trying to shift it a little bit. Our Hoisted Mast coming back for more. Center of the track is Boondoggle trying to level off. Boondoggle not quite by yet. Our Hoisted Mast is in front now. Our Hoisted Mast by 2 of the 16 to go. Boondoggle and then Tom Terrific. Here's Our Hoisted Mast to win under William Humphrey. Second there, Tom Terrific and Boondoggle, followed by Confusion Baby Boy. And they are off. Off of the early lead to the inside, Little Spinner sent up there for early speed with Blaze On. Little Spinner and Blaze On breezily away, running on the outside with Pace in third, and Bossy Ness tracks along in fourth position. Back to Love Notion is pushed along to fifth, and then Buttermilk Girls on the inside, and back to Ellie Victorina racing back of the pack, and back there too is Me Darling Kathleen. Tailing off last is Buttermilk Girls. Round that far turn, and it is Little Spinner. Little Spinner just in front from Blaze On second, as Love Notion makes progress up on the inside. Bossiness is right there too. They're third and fourth, and now L.A. Victorina getting underway from fifth at the top of the stretch. They make the turn in. Little Spinner trying to hang on with Blaze On there on the outside. Blaze On maybe ahead in front as they turn for home. Love Notion tipped toward the center of the track. L.A. Victorina's fourth and motoring on down toward the inside, followed by Bossiness is dropped back to fifth with a furlong left to go. Blaze On! Blaze On kicks away. Blaze On over to the rail, leads it by 2 lengths, with L.A. Victorina charging with each and every stride, but time is running heading out. Here's Blaze On. Blaze On to win at 13-1. Blaze On from LA Victorina. Lil Spinner was next, and Love Notion, Bossy Ness. Lined up 7-ace, and they're off. Esperanza's asked for early speed. Red Queen gives it 2 up on the inside. Abadale in third position, and Golden Effect in between horses with Chica Rabiosa right up close, only about 2 to 3 off that lead as well. Back to Sweet Talia. Imagine Victory back of the pack with Notion Interruptus trailing the field. Down the back stretch they roll with 5.5 furlongs left to go. Esperanza's up top. Esperanza just off the inside, bit of room for Red Queen to prompt through down to the inside. 3/4 of a length behind with Golden Effect in third. Abadale is fourth and ridden along, heading onto the turn now, and Sweet Talia racing on the inside, and Chica Rabiosa is next, and it's another 2. Imagine Victory and Notion Interruptus trailing the field. Far turn run where it's Esperanza showing the way against 3.5 length. Golden Effect is second, another 2.5, and Red Queen now put to the drive in third, another 6 back. Abadale's back in fourth and passed by Sweet Talia on the inside. They're actually on even terms and still 10 to make up to the top of the stretch where it's Golden Effect on the outside coming for the lead. Golden Effect from Esperanza, another 3 back, and it's Red Queen in third, and Sweet Talia is in fourth. Abadale's fifth on the far outside. Golden Effect breaks away. Furlong and a half left to go. Now a 3-length lead. Here's Golden Effect doing it well. Golden Effect now about 3-4 in front from Red Queen in second, and Sweet Talia's coming to pick up a share with a 16 to go. Golden Effect and Trigger Lynch, they're coasting home now to win by 2.5. Red Queen was second, and Sweet Talia third. Esperanza, Imagine Victory.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being led out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
1 mile going to the second finish line. And they're off. Lady Mosler with a good break for the gate. Coffee Bean on the outside showing early speed too. And Victorian Riviera is right up close and in between horses. So too is Carford's Commish. Those 4 length and a half or 2 apart. Another 5 in Lunar Ice down to the inside. Isabella's Glory racing back of the pack with Toussaint's Ransom trailing the field. Gang of 4 up front as they move down the back stretch now. Through on the inside is Lady Mosler to challenge Coffee Bean. Also there between horses Carford's Commish, and Victorian Riviera with the pink cap is right there as well. Lunar Ice travels in 5th position, getting up closer now, and Toussaint's Ransom on the inside is only 4 to 5 from the front, while saving ground into the turn. Isabella's Glory trailing the field into the far turn run. 6 lengths will cover them. Round that far turn they roll. Lady Mosler, Victorian Riviera there the outside. Carford's Commish is racing in 3rd, and Lunar Ice down inside racing 4th position. Coffee Bean is back 5th in between horses. That's another 2 to Toussaint's Ransom saving ground. Just above a 1/4 mile left to go. Isabella's Glory on the far outside. They make the turn for home in a wide open affair, and it is Lady Mosler trying to hold on to the lead. Victorian Riviera, they are the outside. Swinging outside is Lunar Ice out of the clear now. Lunar Ice is let loose. Lunar Ice has come to grab the lead. Furlong and a half left to run. Leads it 2 and a half from Lady Mosler, and Victorian Riviera battling along for second, and Isabella Glory on the scene late there trying to pick up a share 2 with an 1/8 of a mile left to go. It's Lunar Ice and Geron Barbosa. They're kicking away in a strong way here. Lunar Ice by 7-8 lengths. Isabella's Glory second, and Victorian Riviera. Then Lady Mosler. Lunar Ice chills at the finish.
It's probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course.
A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And Laurel.
We have all three surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all three surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
In the gate. And they're off. Unrequited Love, Italian Dressing, and Canadian Ginger up there with some early speed too. So it's Unrequited Love with Canadian Ginger on the chase in second, Italian Dressing up close in third. My Boss Lady is next in fourth, and Towering Gaze and Breviary is last of them all. Breviary trailing now some 13 off that pace. Unrequited Love, the filly on the loose out there with Italian Dressing a sharp second, and Canadian Ginger racing in third. It's a gap of 5. My Boss Lady watching the speed go on, another 5 back to Towering Gaze, and Breviary the 6-5 favorite, trailing still, heading into the far turn. 4 furlongs left to go. Unrequited Love from Italian Dressing, and Canadian Ginger is third, and another 4 lengths back as My Boss Lady begins to level off there from fourth as she comes now about 6 off the speed with 3 furlongs to go. Breviary still with a lot to do, and Towering Gaze trails that field. Midway on the turn, and here comes Italian Dressing on the outside, and Unrequited Love to claim that lead. Canadian Ginger, My Boss Lady is driven along in the 4th spot. Another 5 lengths back, and Breviary still has to pick up into the stretch. Italian Dressing from Unrequited Love. Canadian Ginger and My Boss Lady is fourth on the far outside. A furlong left to go. Italian Dressing and Geron Barbosa looking for a riding triple. Italian Dressing pouring it on. Italian Dressing by 6, and Canadian Ginger and My Boss Lady far outside. Breviary going to be close for second there. Italian Dressing. And they're off. Never full with a sharp break from the gate. On the engine is right there, and St. Marco sent along for speed, and Only Child racing up to the inside. Blame It on the Fun, and Manklin Creek and Cash Kid is in the back. And so it is Only Child out of the inside, matching strides on the lead with St. Marco there to the outside. Only Child ahead in front from St. Marco. Length and a half more on the engine, and Blame It on the Fun kept close there, 4th spot. Never Fold is in 5th, and Manklin Creek, and trailing the field is Cash Kid in 7th. 8th length will cover them heading into the far turn run. Only Child still out there with St. Marco. They're providing the pace right together on the engine. 2.5 lengths behind them in third. Blame It on the Fun is next in fourth, followed by Never Fold. Then in between horses, Manklin Creek and Cash Kid trailing the field. Not much change into the turn. Only Child, St. Marco still going at it. Blame It on the Fun now moves up on the inside there of On the Engine back fourth. Another 3 lengths back, Manklin Creek and Never Fold, and last is Cash Kid. 3 furlongs left to run. Only Child, St. Marco. On the Engine has to kick now the far outside. Blame It on the Fun right there in fourth, just in behind the lead while saving ground into the stretch. 1/4 mile left to go. Only Child's in front, holding that lead 1.5 lengths. On the Engine, St. Marco still pitching into between horses, and Blame It on the Fun right there too. 4 chances, 1 furlong left to go. On the Engine, Blame It on the Fun, and St. Marco, and Only Child out of the inside. Furlong left to go. St. Marco, the inside. Blame It on the Fun. Blame It on the Fun. 16th left to go. Charging to the second wire. Finish with St. Marco on the outside. Is keeping on trying there, but it's Blame It on the Fun. Blame It on the Fun from St. Marco. Then On the Engine and Only Child.